banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer Bobby Banger on his path for the truth, empower the people.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth. Organized truth. Every time, woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall. Standing strong. Hey! Bobby Banging this bitch, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all see the title. The case of the Enchanted still pending. The kingdom of Harbinger Ministries claims Aaron is an ancestor of African Americans. Oh! What tangle where we weave when we practice to deceive. I don't know why they do it. I have no idea. I decided to poke at Divine Suspect. He responded. What was in his heart? And that's okay. Felt like he was a little heavy-handed, kind of slightly talked about doing something about my family and what I'm doing for them with some money of mine. Bro, as long as you living, bro, don't speak on my family, yo. Because I ain't got nothing but love in my heart for you and your family, bro. Got love in my heart for African American dads, no matter what they believe in. I just do. I appreciate fathers being in a household with their family, with their woman, wife, girlfriend, and take care of them kids. I got nothing but love in my heart. So don't speak on mine. Don't tell me how to spend my damn money. Your toe was on the daggone line with that one. Right there. And yes, we're in the same town. All day, every day. We've always been cordial, and we'll certainly keep it that way. Get your damn toe off the line. Let's get to what this thing is. Be smooth. I ain't cussing, right? I got my business partner sliding through. Brother Tariq, the godfather of this thing that we talk about selling shoes. Since we got comments about shoes, businesses, let's talk about it. And then we're going to get into that Enchanted pendant you be selling, the steel trinket that you're trying to convince African Americans that they some kind of way came to America by way of West Africa, by way of Israel. You tripping. To that, you're scamming. And y'all know what I mean when I say scamming. There's an we have intellectual real estate, meaning our brain between these ears, that these people in this community have been scamming for a very long time. So I just want to get right to it. Like to get right to it. Yes, I got to get right to it. I'm going to get right to it. Let me get right to it. I'm going to get right to it. All right. Play the clip and bring Brother Tariq on. Want to bring him on, right? Slide him through real quick. Let him talk about the shoes. Let him talk about some projects that's going to be going on and what we doing. Y'all playing. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. I ain't never in my life. Bunch of wild African Americans playing Hebrews, playing Native Americans. They just be playing. And I don't know why. I'm joking. I know why. Because we're a marginalized community. And in the marginalized community, man, there's a lot of distrust. There's a lot of misinformation. There's just a lot of out of order wildness going on in this thing that has been marginalized. All right. Before I play this clip, let me play this song, though. Yeah, you know we got to start off right. Let's start it off right. Let's play the song. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, look, I seen that clown Ron selling fake scrolls on the timeline. Talking about blessings from Jerusalem. Man, I don't need no Middle East magic, I got knowledge. Whoa, let's get it. I was scrolling late night on the Bona Low. Seen this dude named Ron pushing pendants in the post. Silver scroll blessing, man, I laughed, that's a joke. Trying to tell broke folk, it'll save him from the smoke. He was suited in a tie, talking move like a pastor. But I seen the hustle coming, he a scammer, not a master. Talking number 624 like it's power. But that scroll don't work, just a money hungry coward. Scroll tall, that's a scroll scale. Blessing pendant, that's a whole shell. Ron loaded with the facts, nice program. But it's in our goal, that's a scroll count. One line in the comments like it's program. I pull up with the facts, now you go scround. Scroll talk, no, that's a scroll count. Blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We were from the roots, not no old map. Trying to sell Kemet dreams in the Hebrew rap. I inboxed him, said bro, what's the source? He left me on scene, now I'm bringing full force. Said it came from Katef, talisman from the tombs. I said you mean that emulate tourists buy from the soup. You hustling up people with a myth you can't prove. Putting price tags on pain, that's a snake move. He claim it's holy, I call it a prop. If that scroll's so blessed, why the fraud never stop? Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll scam. Blessing pendant, that's a whole sham. One line in the comments like it's program. I pull up with the facts, now we go scram. Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll cap. Ain't no blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We was born from the roots, not no old map. Trying to keep my dreams in the Hebrew rap. Look, man, if you need blessings, go look in the mirror, not at a pendant. Stop selling our pain, wrap the fake scripture. And my God out. Scroll talk over.
is a scroll scam. Man, y'all know what it is, man. We started off cracking around here, man. This how we just doing it. They scamming your intellectual real estate between your brain. Shout out to Haru, man, for producing that, man. Let's get right to this, man. All right. And then let me see if I can call my man Tariq up on the phone, the godfather of the damn shoe industry, you know what I'm saying, in the African American community, man. And we're going to see what we really talking about here. But this the thing that really kicked it off for me was this video right here, man. This is fair usage right here, man. We use this to educate the people. This is what we do. We educate the people against the foolery in our community. We're going to really get to this, man. We right on it. Got the scope. We not playing with these fake Hebrews these days. Y'all can go play with them because I ain't playing with them. I was quiet for a minute. I decided to reach out and just pluck them in the forehead. I done plucked them in the forehead a little bit. Just pluck them. Y'all know how we do. That's always in queue. When they selling fake African American history. It's in queue. Might be today, might be tomorrow, but it's definitely in queue. It's never off the table. Never. Of course not. How could it be off the table? Because it's not.
I be going back and forth with this brother, right? The crazy thing is he was selling some RBG shoes that was made in China, saying that it's going to fund the revolution, but yet he pocketed all the money. And all the sales went to his house note, his car note, him taking his wife out to dinner and all of that. None of it went back to Black liberation. None of it went into any programs or services or any organizations or political parties and affiliations that are designed to alleviate the societal ills of Black people in America. And then he had the nerve to randomly last night make a post about me selling the Silver Scrolls, saying that I'm scamming the community because I'm teaching African Americans that they're ancient Hebrews. Now, you know how ridiculous that sounds? I've never taught anybody that they're an ancient Hebrew.
Never told anybody they was ancient. I want to deal with the shoes. Let me get my man on the phone. Let me see where he at. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Man, you live, man, brother Tariq, man. Introduce yourself to the people, man. I call you the godfather, man, for what you did for our community, brother. You wasn't like me. I was like, F them. You was like, nah, it don't matter what come on. Yeah. Man, that's niggas footwear, man. The starter, niggas footwear, and gave me my opportunity, taught me everything I know about the shoes through education. We used to go to the shoe stores and look at the shoes and all that, bro. Invested my money with you, thousands, and you came back with it right. Man, ladies and gentlemen, brother Tariq. So what is it about the shoes that we got from China? Can we have a little conversation about why we got shoes from China and not from Africa, whatever? Can you talk about that for a minute, brother?
Sure. Now, because a lot of people I noticed, and it's not nothing new in our community, when we first came out, people was hating. First of all, it's like anytime success in the Black community, you know, if you got to be Illuminati, somebody got to be backing. You know, well, we Frank Lucas the game. We went and we didn't have the mob behind us. We had common sense. We re-engineered what they call it when you re-engineer something and make it just like what Bill Gates did when Steve Jobs and them had the operating system first for the Windows. He re-engineered it and came out with it. Don't nobody had too much to say. This man a billionaire now. Didn't nobody have nothing to say. So, okay, we did the same thing. Now, when you talk about Africa, Africa is still colonized, but it's on an economic side. Okay, you know what I mean? Now, look, if the listeners are familiar with Burkina Faso, what's going on there in Nigeria, Chad, Mali, with the Seychelles, states. They've kicked the French out. This just happened. You talking about Burkina Faso, number 3 gold producer in the world, somewhere around there, and they don't have roads. So they had a coup d'etat. Now the world loving Ibrahim Traoré. So you can't go nowhere in the world and get no whole bunch of manufacturing. That's for one. And then for 2, everything in y'all closet, everything y'all sitting on, all your baby toys, all your Nintendos, your cell phone, come from China. So why is the issue we went? We went and used them just like Nike used them. Nobody didn't tell Nike that. It's only like that boy say, it's only when I do it. It ain't no problem when Nike do it. When we do it, oh, now you got to have the brother. And that's coming from somebody who's not educated on what black people going through. That's people. It's time to wake up and realize the world you live in. We're a $1.7 trillion economy. And if we was a country, we'd be somewhere between 8 to 12. Y'all do your own research, biggest country, but we don't aggregate our money. We don't support each other. We've been around going on now 10 years. We barely made $1 million. With sales. We did 7 years. Everybody, all y'all know about us. How many of y'all bought something from us? And then y'all have an excuse. Then y'all will say, well, they look like a Nike. But y'all don't say that when Babe and Ape did it. Y'all didn't say that when y'all go get you a TV. Y'all don't say, oh, the Sony look like the Magnavox. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do it until it comes to your own people. So in your mind, you got to admit that you conquered. In your mind, you got to admit that you love your master. In your mind, you have to come to these conclusions when you make excuses. And then when it comes to, oh, we looking like Nike. Oh, we looking like this one and that one. You got to understand copyright law. Y'all got to wake up and it's over. And then, not only that, just last week, Steve Madden came out with the Hermes $800 shoe, did a knockoff. Last week, y'all could do the research, 48 million views and went viral. Not only that, the Chinese, after the tariff wars, the Chinese say all the luxury brands y'all think is all that, it's we making it. Y'all can see that anywhere. If y'all let y'all living under a rock, let me educate you. And I'm not mad, I'm just passionate. Because our people got to rise up mentally. We're a $1.7 trillion a year economy. And all the money go to the Koreans with your nails and your hair. They got to segment it on us. The Arabs get all the convenience store money. The Indians get all the hotel money. You understand me? And when it comes to black folks, we can't get y'all to spend. We ain't making no $1 trillion. We ain't making $1 million. Took 8 years to see $1 million in gross sales. We had 1.1 million, and 86,000 had to go back because y'all got so impatient. Think somebody trying to beat you. I know you got the Jay Morrisons of the world and everybody beating you, the Polites of the world who come and go. But then we've been around 10 years, and y'all can't say nothing about what we did. So I can stand on that alone when I start talking like I'm talking to the people. So that's a quick synopsis.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Yeah.
What was my role in the company?
Well, you came on board. First of all, I didn't only just hit you. I hit everybody in the conscious community, so-called conscious community. You're the only one that came and said, brother, I see what you're doing. And you said, let me introduce it to the conscious community. Y'all had some kind of debate. You introduced it that day. The crowd was like, oh, went crazy. We went, you understand me?
I had a science conference. I had a science conference in Atlanta and brought everybody in and paid the tickets and paid their way and flew them in and did all that. But keep going, though.
And that's how me and you come to know each other. I inboxed Polite. I inboxed at that time. He was popular. We all thought he was the next Dynamo. I inboxed you, and there's a few others that I inboxed because I said, man, we bring this to the community, and we said that we would give a percentage of the money back that we make, but y'all as a group have to buy. Y'all think any of y'all did that as a group? No. I worked with the Black Panther Party. You understand me? They, with Hashim Zenga, which now passed away, was a good brother, tried his best to get us out there, to get the people to jump on board. But we just like RoboCop.
How about the Nation of Islam? Did they make their shoe?
With Minister Louis Farrakhan. He took a picture with the shoes, but he didn't put his face on it as if he was scared. And I respect him, but he didn't put his face on it. And I was like, okay, they might think I'm an FBI agent or whatever. They don't know who I am. But Farrakhan and them, we said we'd give a bunch of money back to them. And nobody wanted to. Nobody bit.
Nobody.
And the few people that did bite was Shabazz School in Chicago and one in Harlem somewhere. One of they did a program and we sold shoes and shared profits with that little group. But that's what we did. We presented that to everybody. We so disorganized. We so disfranchised. The COINTELPRO did a job on us, and we trust the wrong people. We fell in love with the polites. He ended up going to jail and sitting in jail now. We fell in love, and now we got the time to show what people do, that y'all fell in love with because they talk good. You understand? And then and a lot of brothers want to pull out the hat. Oh, China. And everything in their house from China. Every shoe you got is from China or from Vietnam. And go pull your shoe out now. Let's do a test. I had to do this with I had to take down to the mall about polo and show him. You understand what I'm saying? And to wake him up. It's like that movie. That movie said They Live. And they had the glasses on. Yeah, they were fighting to let people know this was going on. And then when he seen it, he wanted to get his own shoe. Of course, he wanted to make history. Of course, he wanted to be an entrepreneur and be successful. What's wrong with that? That's the
question.
He played
Question.
with this company. He became a friend of mine. He became an ear. He became a confidant. You understand? When issues was going on, we're trying to get the word out. I mean, he introduced me to a lot of the conscious community. You think the conscious community came together as a group, and that's Professor Small, that's the Savant, that's all of them came. Not knocking nobody.
Got a question for you. Got a question for you.
Yeah.
You was not a selfish person. You taught me the game. You didn't hide the game from me.
Right.
Did I invest my money with you? Yes or no?
You bought your shoes. Yeah, you bought your shoes.
Did I design my own shoe? Did I design my own shoe?
Yeah, you designed your own shoe. You named it after the park you grew up in or something.
Okay.
Lucille.
There you go. Okay, so I designed my shoe, right? Put it together. Also bought shoes from you, and you also gave me an open goddamn credit card to get whatever the hell I wanted. Is that not true, or am I tripping?
That's true. All of that's true.
Okay.
And a lot of the leaders that y'all calling y'all leaders, all of them got Nike sneakers on their ass. All of them got polo on their ass.
Hold on, freeze. Hold on, real quick. We got somebody in the chat talking crazy that I own my own separate company. Yes or no?
Yes, you own your own separate company.
Thank you.
All we did was
you.
take care of the importing and the importing of the shoes. We made sure that there was no design flaws, that was copyright infringement or patent infringement or design infringement, so it wouldn't be held up at the border. Because one of your brothers that was out of Cali, he got caught trying to bring shoes in, but he didn't know the game. Just like you trying to teach somebody baseball, you tell them about first base, second base, and home. They didn't know nothing about the outfield. They don't know nothing about the bunt. They don't know nothing about none of that, but they want to go off as if they know the game because they don't want to share nothing. That's black people problem. Everybody want they don't want to work with me. Everybody want to be me, so to say. They want to be the expert, but that's not what your expertise is in.
See?
And when I tried to show you the game, you're the only one that didn't run off. And the ones who didn't run off and try to take it and go, they didn't. You understand what they didn't do? If they didn't run off, they didn't want to work with us. They want to wear polo. They master stuff. Well, I'm going to tell all y'all, so y'all can hopefully this, what I'm about to say, will break the spell. When you start talking about luxury brands and this and that. I used to tell you this all the time. I said, well, what make you think all this leather is so good? I know they shea butter down the leather before they kill the cow and all of that. Remember I used to tell you that?
That's funny as hell.
The synopsis of it is, y'all, leather come from a cow, cotton come from a plant, silk come from a worm. You understand? Rubber come from a tree. And all of it come from Mother Nature, God. And when a nigga put their brand on it, that's what separates the brand. Everything is nothing better than nothing else. Y'all caught up in the fluke game, thinking y'all will pay a bunch of for a pair of, I see women for them Gucci sandals that they used to wear in the ghetto, they plastic. Y'all will pay $200, $300, $400, $500 for them just for your master's name. And then we come out and you want to say, oh, it's from China. Your master got it from China. So decide the day. Decide the day that you're going to stop spending your money with your master who can't stand you. And you know he can't stand you. Because look how he's doing us in Africa. Look how we over here don't know who we are. We arguing about, is we Hebrew? Are we Native American? Are we more? Them crackers know who we is. They won't tell us. If they care for us, they would tell us who we are.
I got a question for you in this.
Yeah.
So a person said those shoes was copyright infringement. Can you explain the copyright process to us, please, sir?
Okay, we got what they call, when you go out and design something that never been seen before, humanity has a right to it after 20 years. This is how you get generic medicine. After the patent expire, that's why when you seen what was going on with Kai sneakers, they sued Kai, they sued some of the rappers because the game is unraveling. So they start suing the ones that was very successful. Same thing happened with the cable. They had a law on cable, the cable companies and the movies, but they didn't have a law on streaming. So anyway, when you got a design, just like how you see, that's how you see everybody got the same refrigerator technology. Once refrigerator technology passed 20 years, everybody can come out with their own refrigerator. Once microwaves came out, and the one person who invented it got their 20 years in, it has a right to go to humanity. So we all get it. But what separates us all is our brand. Who you down with? And all of y'all down with Phil Knight, and y'all down with Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan love white folks, but y'all say y'all conscious. Phil Knight is the name of Nike is the name of a Greek god. Nike dropped their contract with Kyrie Irving. Y'all didn't have nothing to say. Adidas dropped Kanye, and they froze his money. Y'all all still got that on your ass. And then as soon as your brother come out, what you gonna say? Oh, that's Nike. Oh, that's Adidas. F Nike and Adidas. Yeah, if it was them, we taking it. Just like they took our black ass from Africa. What you telling me? Where your loyalty at? And again, I'm just passionate. I'm not angry. I'm passionate because we got to wake up. And y'all got to study the law. Everything. I did a deal with Boosie. Somebody put out, when we took and stole, that's what y'all say, Reebok. Oh, one radio station came out, oh, Reebok gonna sue y'all. They can't sue us. You got to know the law. That's what they call right knowledge back in the Ansar days. No, read something. Instead of you playing Nintendo, instead of you spooking out on something that ain't gonna get you paid, read the law on design patent. And what I just told y'all was a master class. What I just told you, look at all the designs. Look at Baby 8 and look at Air Force One. Was that an infringement? Come on now. Look at the one with the star, with the lightning and the star at it. Is that an infringement? Look at the Vera Wang sundress and look at the ones in Forever 21. Look at Steve Madden right now. He just did a Hermes. While y'all listening, y'all can Google. He just type in on TikTok, Steve Madden knockoff of Hermes. Them $800 slides, he got them for $90. So keep it real and say, yeah, I just don't like I don't like niggas, because niggas tell you they don't like you. Just say you don't like me and you ain't gonna support me and let it know and not let it be known you love your master. That's y'all. But the ones who down with their people who want to make a change so that we can get some money and buy buy campgrounds so we can get some money and do some manufacturing. I done looked into it. We can get a ton of silicone that make them shoes, them Uggs that everybody wearing. Not the Uggs, them ugly shoes look like clogs we used to call them when we were growing up in the 70s.
Clocks.
Not the clogs, just them ugly ones everybody wear. They real comfortable. They made of rubber or silicone.
I don't know.
They ugly. They real ugly. Got the strap on them. They're not Uggs. Well, anyway, everybody know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We can build them. I put out on my page, and y'all got to realize y'all so Billy hating. The white man blocking me. I used to go viral everything. Every time I put something out. Now I can't get it out. Nothing out. We need y'all to band with us. We need y'all to become affiliates and profit share. We need y'all to come in and be part owners of the company. Y'all can own stock. And we ain't Jay Morrison who promised y'all
robbed them. Robbed them. I said, yeah, he robbed the people, yo, with the flim flam.
People don't know, and now he's trying to bring back.
Yeah.
And some people don't know. I call his name because he was one of the ones that everybody was on.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out talking about this the first, we're going to rebuild Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still here remaining. And can't nobody say we beat them. Mm-hmm. We done sold over 15,000 pairs of sneakers and made over $1 million gross. And we have given sneakers away at school drives. We have given sneakers to the homeless. You understand?
Interesting.
We have done that. We have given, not given, but we have profit shared with the school out there in Chicago. This was when we first came out, but we did that. And then, and then as soon as I tried to scale, because I see that we had a winner. And I figured we could go from 30,000 a month to 100,000 a month and really start making change. That's when I fell sick with COVID. Been going for 3 years. I had long-term COVID. I'm back now.
Tariq. Tariq, I don't want to talk.
I've been making a strong push lately.
Hey, look, I don't want to talk about that COVID because I told you to get the damn vaccine.
You did.
See?
But I'm just saying the facts of what happened.
Yep.
And we have a winner. The people love what we got. And then all that what he's talking about with the what we did, talking about what we did with the money. If you keep that same energy with the Chinese people and get on and say don't eat Chinese food, we went to try to get some uniforms for our kids, and they wouldn't give it to us. So bad enough, I could respect what you're trying to say about us. If you keep that same energy with Nike and them, and say Nike, what have you done? You done disrespect Kyrie. Adidas, you done disrespect Kanye, and we love both of them, and you call for a ban, I could respect you coming at us. Yeah. But if you didn't do that, then you fugazi. You understand me? And what that means?
And suspect.
You the bottom line.
Yeah, but look,
you can't have this energy for us,
right?
Because I come from out the mud, just like y'all. You understand me? I come from a single mother home. My mother grew up without plumbing in Black Bottom, Statesboro, Georgia. My daddy come from MLK in Savannah, Georgia, and nothing but straight hood. We together. I come out the mud with you. You understand? Just like all the rest of your rappers you love, and any nigga who you think you got some love for.
You had some rappers too, like Bootsy, right?
Bootsy. We work with Bootsy. They scared Bootsy. His mama called him. They say they gonna sue you, baby. What's going on? Because it looked like Reebok. But as long as Reebok is what they own, baby. Because you can't patent something that cover the heel, the toe, the ball of the toe. Or a shoe gonna be a shoe. We can change one or two things to make it different, but it's still gonna look like the shoe, baby. It's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new. They've been wearing the same shoes for centuries.
Hey, Tariq, what about when we gave him to do the damn commercial and he said the wrong website?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What was that, Boosie? That was and then we did something with Umar. We tried to work with Umar, to help him get the school up. Yeah. So, a lot of people, we don't like to work together.
I know,
we gotta get out of that, y'all. We gonna have to work together, like I said.
Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want to restart the fight, yo. But that goddamn Smash show, that nigga say he ain't giving you no money. That was crazy. I gotta say it.
He didn't want to work.
He ain't want to work. He ain't
He
want to
didn't
work.
want to work with me.
Yeah, he
Smash
ain't want to work with
Rockwell
you.
didn't want to work
That's
with
terrible,
me.
yo.
He was on that East Coast, West Coast. All right, man. I'm calling a spade, man, because all this WWF shit we got going on in the community, scared to say something about a nigga if it's true. And if it's true, it's true.
It's true, dog.
You didn't want to spend money, Smash. I ain't got no beef with you. I'm just telling the truth. I don't know you to have no beef with you, but you didn't want to work with me, and that's how you got your stuff stopped, because you didn't want to work. 'Cause I don't work for free.
Yeah.
I got a family to feed like the rest of y'all.
Yeah, he's supposed to get the percentage, yo. And I told him I was gonna give him the good price too, yo. So I don't understand. I was always gonna get mines out the deal because that's how I go.
Right. And that's
right?
the problem. He didn't want nobody to get there.
Yeah, that was crazy. When nobody trying to get him. That was
that's
love.
our problem. We don't
Yeah, we don't trust each other. We don't trust each other.
I mean, like, it's enough money to go around, so you think you so smart, and now they stopped your stuff and you can't get it passed because you don't infringe on you didn't know the ins and out of the game.
Yeah.
None of y'all, half of y'all listening ain't read a book since you got out of high school. So you going off of what you done learned, what you think is something.
Oh,
and
man.
y'all know I ain't lying to you.
No, you ain't
understand?
lying.
But I love you enough to tell you the truth.
Hey,
I'm
hey.
not kissing nobody behind. I love the minister, but the minister didn't want to take the deal. We said we would give him 90% of the team.
Yeah, sure did. Right there.
And they didn't take it.
They couldn't get it together.
The Hebrew nation and them, we didn't do nothing with them. The Moors, we didn't do nothing with them. All your groups I went to, y'all need to ask them why y'all didn't work with the brother. That's the question.
Scared money can't make no money. Mine is still a gift to still give it.
Got 66,000 members. Man, you could have did a deal where a piece of money came back for you to do what you wanted to do. But did y'all want to work with me? Or y'all ego tripping because you scared somebody wants your girl? You want all the girls? That's the problem with the college community right there. The women. Niggas want the women. They bleeding with their penis.
Hold on. Hold on.
They want to look deep, have the girls on their tip, and if any nigga come around that got a better mousetrap, they worried about, he gonna get all our women. I ain't working with it. That's what it boiled down to. So
I think they was hating.
To the carpet.
I think y'all was hating. I think they was hating, bro. I will say this, right? We're gonna do another collab, right, with the shoes. You know how we do. But there was a guy called Chief X. This nigga said that I can't get no shoes from you, that I ain't had my own shoes. Liars, all of them.
But all that ain't up but talk, man, of hating.
Hate, bro.
I mean, because you can't believe a brother. I went to China, babe. I called Uncle Moon, Uncle Cat in China.
On the FaceTime.
On the FaceTime. His wife was there. I was showing the factory.
Hold on. You know what's funny? I was supposed to go with you, but I couldn't get that damn ticket. See, you was taking me. You know why? Because I understand business. Whether you take me or not, you, right, it's a connect. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I don't have to usurp me. See, I understood street game, Tariq. You get it? Like I know your number is your number, and I would not get the same number you get because how they said knowledge is power. You got the education and the knowledge, yo. Out of respect for you, you gotta get your propers, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all you saying. Without you, I don't get there. So whether you take me or not, right, it's a proper you get.
When you go to McDonald's, you pay for the McDonald's.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real.
How I'm gonna feed my family? I got a son.
That's real.
I studied this, so I could feed my family. Now I'm supposed to give it to you. I just gave y'all all the game you want that. You can go to y'all can go to the world is your oyster. You can fly to China.
Yeah.
It steps to it though.
You're gonna pay that price.
And you got to read.
Gonna pay that price.
Half of y'all don't want to sit down and read that because you're too busy watching football, playing that Nintendo, smoking reefer and drinking on the corner with your homeboy, running behind them girls. Y'all can't sit down long enough to do nothing.
Yeah. But let me say, I want to end with this. I want to say this though. Yeah. I really, really appreciate you because at a time when I needed a brother to really teach me the game about something and trust him and put some thousands in your damn hand, yo, you came back with that shit, yo. And that
Never come
motherfucking
back
gift
to
is
it.
still giving. Hold on, that motherfucking gift is still giving.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You hear me, yo? So
Yeah,
I'm
man.
holding up. Hold on, right now I'm holding up a pair of the guests, right? Still had a
Yeah.
couple sizes, small sizes left, man. I'm gonna hold
Right.
that up for you. Right, this is my favorite shit. When we plan on doing these again, yo? I love these.
We coming back with them soon, because like all the people
All
that's
right,
listening,
okay.
if they would support us, we could bring everything we want.
Yeah.
But they got to get out their feelings. They got to get out of loving their master like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Once they find out the truth and want to kill the master, program
Yeah.
them, tell them they can't even
Hey,
hit them.
hey,
That's what we suffering from
hey,
right
hey,
now.
Tariq, I could get
Yeah.
any material I wanted on my shoes, yo.
Yeah. That's
Leather,
still-
the PU, the synthetic part of the shoe, all that. Nigga
Yeah.
told me Nike don't got no synthetic. They do got synthetic. They do
Yeah,
use
they got
synthetic.
synthetics.
Of course they
shit-
do. They
making that
integrate.
shit cheaper and cheaper. What
Come
you
on,
talking
man.
about? Whoever said that? He
Yeah,
just
hell
running
no.
his mouth. He
Yeah.
just running his mouth. He
Yeah.
just talking to be heard. Now
Yeah.
he working for. At this point, when jokers like that talk, I think
He's
they either
level.
ignorant, they dumb, or they working for the government.
I'm gonna make this last point, yo. You introduced me to a brother, AJ Gaskins, yo. I will ever be indebted in you for introducing me to the Titan, right?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brother, and look forward to getting another shoe made through Negas Footwear. You have inspired me. You helped me start my own shoe company, Abju Wear. And brother, that's a black brother for you right there, yo. We trusted each other, yo, and look where we at, yo. And I'm gonna send a couple dollars your way, maybe Tuesday or something, bro. Cause you know what it is, brother. And I appreciate that open credit card there, bro.
Yes, sir.
For
Yes,
that
sir.
shoes,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you. And
Yes,
you know them flops was selling like a motherfucker at the Malcolm X Festival, yo.
What?
You know the shoes was still selling banging. You know that,
They
right?
wondering where we was at.
We ain't know where we was there, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I
Yeah.
was so behind that I didn't even know who was there.
Don't even worry. I was there. I was
Yeah.
there.
Okay, that's
Huh?
And they was buying them.
Huh?
Yeah.
Lucille Park.
And what they mad is because they ain't that sharp. All of the leaders,
Huh?
that they mad because they not that sharp. They do what we're doing, so it make them feel inadequate instead of joining hands and be okay. Everybody not gonna be sharp in everything. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer when it comes to certain history. I just studied this. This is what I studied.
Yeah, this your thing. You've been doing. You had to deal with Wu-Tang too. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I did something with them back in the day in '99 with Papa Wu. You can see Visions of the 10th Chamber. Our associate produced that. Riz, the executive, produced that on that album. ODB on that. Buddha Monk, Method Man, and King's Son. You can Google that right now. Visions of the 10th Chamber. You look, you'll see Tariq Emerson. I've been doing this, man. I ain't new to it. I'm true to it. But what made me stop wanting to do music is because you deal with human beings, their ego get involved, and it's just too much problem. But them sneakers, you understand me? They don't talk back. And they are something that's relevant to our culture.
Yeah.
That would give y'all a chance to come out of wearing the Nike, which is a Greek god, come out of wearing Adidas that hated on your boy, and they hate Negroes, and they was Nazis. So, you know.
Oh, they sure was Nazis, wasn't they?
Y'all can do the research. All y'all got to do, these people don't care for us.
Adidas, they belong to the third rank. They did.
And y'all can bring me on and y'all can ask me questions. Y'all can come. Y'all out there who want to learn.
Look.
Come deal with me.
Look.
Don't hate.
Hey,
come
listen.
and talk to me.
Hey, listen, bro. You also produce outfits, sweaters, all kind of shit. Look.
Anything you want.
Listen.
If you want nail polish, makeup.
Listen.
You want cleats. You want helmets for football. You want a basketball with your name on it. We can do it.
Hey, we out of here, man. Yo, man, we business opportunities for the black community, man. Always indebted to you, man. I appreciate you. Trust me, man. Know I trust you. I'm gonna get at you, man. Man, brother Tariq, man, for niggas for West. And with that, man, I'm out now. I'm gonna go ahead and beat up Devon because he earned it. All right, peace. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. I've been wanting to get that out for a while, yo, because Chief X crazy ass talked that nonsense. He did. He made a video and y'all all believed it. So I just waited and I waited and I waited. And I just decided to pop out on y'all niggas today. Unc don't got no shoes. Unc that can't get this from that. All right, y'all heard Divine. Let's hear what Divine has to say. Now, he's a minister. He's a minister lying to the people on a live. That's who y'all trust. Y'all trust religious guys. But if I don't believe, you ain't trusting me though, huh? Yeah, let's see what the truthful minister had to say about me and my damn shoe company and what I did. Let's hear it. Now, y'all heard the brother Tariq what he said. Now let's see what the liar is saying. Huh. Yeah, I'm popping up on niggas. We talking about here.
Necessities. So we made this is stuff that we put boots to the ground to get either customized and made and or done it from scratch. He also got shoes from the gas footwear. It wasn't even his own shoes. He got shoes from somebody else and resold that person's shoes. He didn't create nothing with his own hands. He talks about science and technology. What science and technology have you created? I work in the IT industry, brother. I deal with science and technology all the time. I've wrote manual scripts, programming that I've created from out of my IP that help further Fortune 500 companies that I've worked with. I've worked in.
Nobody want to hear that shit. Scamming. You tripping. What? I took his shoe. Man, I got my own shoe company. The brother taught me the game, yo. Spent my own damn money. Hey, when you come at me, yo, you better get me. Better get it right. That go for Chief X, better get that right. They go for Divine Suspects, get that right. I just look stupid. Hell y'all talking about? And I'm going again. What? Took somebody's shoes? What you talking about? I work for that company. And like somebody some damn sense, I started my own damn company as I learned the game, was taught the game, you nut. But let me be cordial. Let me tone it down a little bit. We want to make sure, yeah, I'm saying that flavor is right. You know how we do, because we ain't mad at them, because they all broke. Talking crazy. Talking bananas. What? Wrong is two left feet. They all do it all the time. That's why, let me give y'all something, man. Sometimes talking about everything ain't a good thing. Sometimes y'all talk too much about your business. I just keep it real easy, style, soft. Right? It's the internet. I make sure I don't talk too much about nothing. And I let y'all believe that shit. I let you ride on that shit for 2-3 years. I let Chief X tell y'all that I ain't got no shoes, it's gone, and popped up on them last weekend at the festival with all my gear in tow. Popped up on them, huh? I don't got what? Huh? These my company. Wavy running his mouth, I blocked him off the chat room. You're done, son. You too slick. Too slick, Wavy. Too slick for your own damn good. Chill out with all that, yo. You supposed to be cool. Starting to smell a little hate around you, bro. Y'all talking big up to the pseudo killers, man. Y'all know where we be at in November. Going to see Neil deGrasse. Let me drop the link, man. Where y'all at, man? Little Neil deGrasse Forum. That's where we gonna be at, all in Baltimore. Shout out to Juju and a contribution to the team. Her donation has allowed us to go. Got a lot of supporters who don't want to be named. What are we talking about here? What are we doing? Why is everybody hating because I don't believe in God? I don't have to believe in God to be your friend. You're allowed to believe what you want to believe. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Man, boy, there's a whole lot of broke talk around here, yo. Yeah, I ain't said nothing to you, Divine. You selling rocks. What you talking about, bro? You selling rocks from China and mad because I'm selling shoes from China. The conversation And I dropped the link in the chat, man. If anybody want to jump on. Where you at, Cedric? It's our turn, bro. Where you at? Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man. Science is undefeated, man. Y'all gonna learn, yo. All that. And so there's a thing going around. There's some kind of way. I don't like having discussion with Divine. Divine, last time I had to discuss with you, you was messing it up, fumbling, bumbling. And I don't mean that you wasn't saying the word super crispy. What I'm saying is that the information was blah, blah, boogie nonsense. I think it's time for that song again. Let me hit that song again, since he's selling people prayer pendants. How was that not a scam, yo? If you buy something, you know how it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning back in the day, and the program used to come on, yo, and they sell you prayer water. How is that not a scam? How is prayer water a scam, but prayer keychain ain't? Y'all tripping, man. Y'all bugged out, bro. Yeah, y'all doing. Get out of here, man. Come on, man. Here we go.
Hey, look, I seen that clown Ron selling fake scrolls on the timeline. Talking about blessings from Jerusalem. Man, I don't need no Middle East magic, I got knowledge. Whoa, let's get it. I was scrolling late night on the Bona Low. Seen this dude named Ron pushing pendants in the post. Silver scroll blessing, man, I laughed, that's a joke. Trying to tell broke folk, it'll save him from the smoke. He was suited in a tie, talking move like a pastor. But I seen the hustle coming, he a scammer, not a master. Talking number 624 like it's power. But that scroll don't work, just a money hungry coward. Scroll tall, that's a scroll scale. Blessing pendant, that's a whole shell. Ron loaded with the facts, nice program. But it's in our goal, that's a scroll count. One line in the comments like it's program. I pull up with the facts, now you go scroll. Scroll talk, no, that's a scroll count. Blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We were from the roots, not no old map. Trying to sell Kemet dreams in the Hebrew rap. I unboxed him, said bro, what's the source? He left me on scene, now I'm bringing full force. Said it came from Ketef, talisman from the tombs. I said you mean to emulate tourists, buy from the soup. You hustling up people with a myth you can't prove. Putting price tags on pain, that's a snake move. He claim it's holy, I call it a prop. If that scroll's so blessed, why the fraud never stop? Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll scam. Blessing pendant, that's a whole sham. One line in the comments like it's program. I pull up with the facts, now we go scram. Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll cap. Ain't no blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We was born from the roots, not no old map. Trying to keep my dreams in the Hebrew rap. Look, man, if you need blessings, go look in the mirror, not at a pendant. Stop selling our pain, wrap the fake scripture. And my God out. Scroll talk over.
Man, oh man, oh man. It's a scroll scam. Ain't no fun when the real black atheist got the gun. I don't got no filter. I'm not hollering. I'm not screaming. I'm chilling with my pseudo chimp. The no pseudo. Big up to the pseudo killers. We will be seeing Neil deGrasse Tyson. Man, the real thing. Y'all don't even know when the dude is just a preacher, man. Y'all gotta stop and relax yourselves, man. Now we about to get into some of this information now, yo. Almost. We almost about to get into it. This is what I need to do. Tell you why I get upset at times, bro. And yeah, I started it. But did I really start it? Don't we got a right to critique prayer water pendants? Enhancement still? African Americans do not have an ancestor named Aaron, the brother of Moses. And anybody that tells you that is definitely scamming internet information. And if you buying products and goods based off of misinformation, so misinformation, okay, directed to people for products and goods is a damn scam. And if y'all don't know that, so what? It's not my fault. Where we at? Now we getting into it. We got the seaweed. I know damn well he ain't talking about no seaweed. Did he? Did that man mention some seaweed? Did he? Let's see. Let's get it cracking around here like y'all really want it cracking. Y'all want it cracking. Y'all definitely want it cracking. I know y'all want it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Yeah, we ain't cussing nobody out. We ain't talking about nobody's family. We ain't doing none of that. What we is doing is we want to get back train. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Say what I say. Then it came from that. Then I said, look, how are you going to tell me about helping Black people when I've done more for Black people in the community than you have? Your name is the real Black atheist. You call everything that Black people held near and dear ancestrally pseudo. You call all of the traditional spiritual African systems in West and Central Africa, you call them all pseudo. You called anybody that holds to the understanding of how stones and gems work and the energies behind them, you call that pseudo.
Did that man just say something about some gems and stones and energy behind it? Did he just say that? Did that man just say stones and gems and the energy behind it? I call them pseudo. Damn right I call them pseudo because the world calls them pseudo. I know this man ain't make a video about me and start talking about some rocks and crystals got energy behind it. Did he? Very, very disrespectful. Now I know you pseudo. Where you at, Cedric? Hit the link. That man ain't say that. I'm gonna rewind that. Y'all tripping, man. I know he ain't say that. Y'all bugged out, man. Come on, you ain't say that to me. Couldn't have. He must have been underneath a rock. Did he say that?
Holds to the understanding of how stones and gems work and the energies in Central Africa, you call them all pseudo. Then I said, look, how are you going to tell me about helping Black people when I've done more for Black people in the community than you have? Your name is the real Black atheist. You call everything that Black people held near and dear ancestrally pseudo. You call all of the traditional spiritual African systems in West and Central Africa, you call them all pseudo. You called anybody that holds to the understanding of how stones and gems work and the energies behind them, you call that pseudo. You call anybody that identify as a descendant of Black Jews in West and Central Africa pseudo. You call Islam pseudo. You call those of us who identify as Black Jews or celebrate Black Judaism as a part of their heritage in America, you call that pseudo, okay? You call Ifa pseudo, or the Nani pseudo. I say what I say. Then it came from that. Then I said, look.
Nah, he lying. Definitely lying. See that? And he a pastor. And he a priest. He lying. I ain't never said the voodoo was pseudo. I ain't never say Christianity was pseudo. I ain't never said none of that. I ain't never said none of that. I'm saying act like there's some black Jews. That's definitely a pseudo history for sure. That's pseudo. Okay? Rocks and crystals. Yeah, that's pseudo. What's up, King? We got people, you know what I'm saying, making videos about what we doing, calling out the pseudo killers, but yet think there's energy behind crystals. So he really got a pendant on, right? Some fake line of Judah pendant, right? Probably think it's some talisman of power, you know what I'm saying, and don't know that pseudo. He tripping. He
Yeah,
got me. Yeah.
that's what we call a master scammer, man. Like first of all, I like that song that you just played, yo. The scroll scam, like
Shout out to
that was dope, man. I like that joke, man. But yeah, that shocked me that, you know what I'm saying, he's complaining about you while digging a ditch for himself at the same time. You know what I mean? I didn't get that. Then he's
Yeah,
selling.
because they moving too fast, yo.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just to hear him talk, I'm like, damn, you ain't even really got to say nothing. He digging the grave for himself because, like, it's like I told you the other day, he didn't evolve with his pseudo wisdoms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to upgrade the pseudo, you're supposed to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You giving people outdated pseudo wisdoms that we don't even fall for no more.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We done educated the audience enough to where, okay, we ain't gonna fall for that again. You know what I'm saying? Even if you slick, you know, even if you do got a little gift of gab and you can talk and all that shit, like people ain't falling for the old shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that just tripped me out, man, when I saw it, yo.
You know what surprises me is these fellas try to pride themselves on their intelligence, and you get up there and you make the basic of basic category errors. First of all, anyone selling a shoe, it's a shoe. It's a functional item that we need, and that is providing an actual service. Now, all the side stuff or where the shoes come from and that nonsense is again more evidence of your ignorance of how basic economy work. That aside, you compare that to your enchanted steel that you're selling people, which have no purpose and serve no function. Because no steel, divine suspect, I want you to explain to the people how you impart the woo that protects, that gives the steel the protection. I'm sure that steel comes from China as well. And how do you do the divining that makes the steel enchanted so it wards off evil spirits?
Yeah, that's different. That's a different type of magic right there. Y'all don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Man.
Then you got people coming at us, supporting them. You know what I'm saying? Making videos about us, defending what he got going on. They scamming too. If you
Scamming.
supporting Divine,
Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. My fault,
You know
Ken.
what the worst part of the scam?
he cut me all the way out the game. Yeah.
Why did you like that?
Thumbs up the
Pick up
video.
the hit.
Ha ha.
No, I ain't got the ha ha ha. We didn't get
Oh man.
You know what the biggest
oh,
part of the scam?
oh man, they tripped.
And he's trying to convince people
Oh
that
man.
because of their biological connection to the Middle East and those ancient people, that the woo that he put on the piece of enchanted steel is going to actually work. It's a scam all around.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
He's doing the tele-evangelist 2 o'clock in the morning telling you the Goya enchanted oil.
Yeah, man. We killed him a few years ago, man. He went under the radar, man. I forgot all about him until you said he made a new video the other day, man. To be honest with you. Yeah, he been in the grave, man, but ain't nothing to got down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Kick some dust up again for a little
it's
bit.
time. It's definitely time.
Go through his video point by point and just
Uh-huh.
tear that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Easy work, easy work.
Yeah, you already played the video or you ain't played it yet?
Which one? Yeah, I played a little
The
piece of it.
latest. Yeah, might well play the
You
whole
know,
thing, man.
you know how silly it is to make it seem as if anybody on the pseudo killers, including Ankh, would be making the statement that you're ancient Hebrew. No, what you're doing, Divine, is telling people that they're connected to these ancient people by means and ways that only you can devise. Because no historical narrative paints that picture. So you're scamming the people.
Mm,
You're
mm,
scamming.
mm.
And didn't he said you didn't you wasn't doing nothing for the community, and the brother came on
Yep.
here and just told how y'all
Yeah.
gave back to the community.
Gave back. Yeah,
Like,
man. I ain't even come on,
ain't it
man.
funny? You ain't even ask my man that, and he just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, what
Man,
are we
I ain't gotta
talking
tell
about?
nobody nothing, yo. See, Kent, but you know the Kent.
Yeah, man,
You
come
you
on,
know what
man.
investment I put in the cultural center, bro. You know you was there, yo, when it was nothing,
Already,
yo. When we got it from Ray Higgins, yo, you was there, bro. So I
come
don't
on,
gotta do
man.
all that. But the fact that y'all listen to people based off your belief, mean y'all ain't listening to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't believe everything, bro. But that's what it is, man. So you know
Yeah.
that's how people want to do what they doing, right? And how the hell can I get to the presentation? I'm
So
tripping.
what? So now that we realize like people like Chief X and them lied on you,
Yep.
I think the community should ask him for an apology. Like bro, you out here lying on the man
I was lying, yo.
when he
What
really
about
got
the
his company.
integrity? What about the
Lying, yo.
integrity of a pastor?
Lying, yo. Yeah, what
He's
about
the
divine
pastor.
suspect, yo?
He's the pastor of Harbinger Ministries or whatever.
We, we
But you're the pastor.
Heartbroken Ministries.
Heartbroken Ministry. You're the pastor, and you're sitting up there and you're lying. You're just
Yeah,
lying.
yeah, come on, bro.
When did Unc ever say that his business, which is supposed to support his family, was ever meant for any revolution?
What? Yeah, he said that out of a revolution. Your money went back in your
Oh
pocket to
yeah,
feed your kid. Look, he said your money went back in your pocket to pay for your kids' college, to pay for your car, to pay. Really, nigga?
you didn't fund the revolution.
Didn't fund the revolution. And what revolution was that? You mean the one that you're funding? The invisible one?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the revolution
Enchanted
is. Like
Pendant.
what are they gonna
Yeah.
do?
I don't know, bro.
They having these meetings about a revolution. What's the plan? Like what are they trying to do?
Ward
What's the
off evil
plan, yo?
spirits. Ward
He said
off
they
evil spirits with
he said they
enchanted
warding off.
teeth.
He said they warding off evil spirits,
They
yo.
try, come on, man.
What I want to do is real quick. I want to
Wasting
hit
their
my
damn time, yo.
I want to hit some knowledge with the people. Oh man, I can't even.
Are we still
All right,
talking
here we
about the
go.
scroll scam, huh?
Yeah, I am. I got it. The Hinnom Scrolls, the Urn, and African American ancestry claims, academic and genetic analysis. Let me see. Can I get in there? Boy, I can't even get in there. Let me see. Shoot, bro. I can't even pull a thing. This is stupid, yo. Let me see if I. Why can't I get in here and do my daggone presentation, yo? All right. All right. All right. Y'all can see that, right? Okay. Here we go. Background. Katif Hinnom scrolls. Okay, discovered in when? 1979 near Jerusalem, dated 600 BCE. The oldest known biblical text, priestly blessings, numbers 6, 24, and 26. Paleo Hebrew script. I want to let y'all know that that paleo thing was added to it. That name was added to it. Okay, it's not actually Paleo Hebrew script. Okay, it's really the Phoenician script. Local Israelite religious practices, non-direct African cultural or genetic connections. Get that straight. Okay. Aaron's lineage, genetic markers. Aaron, biblical brother Moses, first high priest of Israel. The Kohen model, Hubble group. CMH found in some Jewish priestly lines. No CMH link to African Americans or most African groups. The Limba, South Africa, shown some CMH presence via trade, not linked to African Americans. Black Hebrew Israelite movement, the cultural identity, emerged in the late 19th, 20th century. African Americans' identification with biblical Israelites. Leaders like William Saunders Crowdy, They'll say Winworth, Arthur Matthews, based on theological cultural reinterpretation, not genealogy, no genetic or archaeological evidence for direct descent. Here's the source. Y'all can look it up. Okay? Northeast African Nubian connection. It says Egypt, Nubia. Okay? A lot of people get this all mixed up. Egypt and Nubia interacted with ancient Israel, trade and conquest. There's no real evidence for the biblical Exodus, ladies and gentlemen, but there was trade and conquest. No genealogical or textual evidence linking Aaron or Ketef Hinnom to these cultures, especially Judite religious practices. Specifically that. This is what that is, having nothing to do with African Americans. Conclusion. The scrolls, oldest Hebrew Bible text, no African connections. Aaron lineage, no genetic link to African Americans. Black Hebrew Israelites, identity cultural, not genealogical. Northeast African interactions, trade, and influence, no direct lineage. So that's what we got with that, man. I just wanted to put that out there real quick, man, and just put that little presentation right there. And you got to ask yourself, why is this man saying that there's a quote-unquote ancestral link for African Americans back to Aaron, to the point where a prayer that was supposedly administered by Aaron, or a prayer that was mentioned, however they want to put it, right, would have some type of effect on African Americans. We talking about Palestine, Judean, Middle Eastern custom and traditions affecting African. Knock it off. That's the scam. So if you're trying to say that African Americans ancestry goes back by way of Aaron and Moses, you're scamming. Don't care what you say. If you're waking up 4 o'clock in the morning and you listen to the preacher and you buy some water for $5 or $25, the prayer water, you just got scammed. If you wake up and look at YouTube and you buy a pendant that is claiming some type of power tradition over you because you're connected through ancestry to Moses and Aaron, you have been scammed for your $20.
Sir.
You might not understand it, you might not agree, but trust me, you're scammed out. Boy, I tell you. But that is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. All I can say is, man, watch your back because they scamming. Oh man, yo, scammed out, bro. All right, so let us move on now. Where we at? What else was Divine talking about? Let's see. Let me see.
Red algae.
Oh, here we come. We gonna get to that. You know, we get to that. Here we go. It's the one.
From COVID.
So y'all already know, yo. Y'all should know, if you think rocks and crystals got some kind of energy behind it, that is pseudo. All right? And you know not to come at me because I'm jumping on that all day, every day. You had to bring that scientific proof for that. If you say that I'm saying that somebody religiously pseudo, I ain't never said that. You made that up and you're lying and you're disingenuous. If you saying that I formed a company to fund the revolution, you're a liar.
Liar.
Right? You're scamming.
Which revolution?
Which revolution was you talking about? Would it be the Kemetic revolution? Would it be the Black Power revolution? Which one was I supposed to fund with my money and not make sure my kids, and family was straight? Which one was that? I've been donating to the community for damn near 20 years. All right.
Like what
It take
revolution?
money. Yeah, yo, it take money to actually give away your time. Stop it. But let's get to this video. Here we go. We're getting into it now. Now we're about to be cooking now. We're gonna really see who is the scammer. There you go. Now I want to do the evil laugh.
From COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate on this, and I was showing him how traditional African medicine and Far Eastern medicine that we can turn to those to build our immunity naturally as opposed to getting the jab. And this brother was pushing for Black people to go and line up and get the jab. I talked to him about various books and articles that have been written by Black scientists in the medical field in regards to their trust of the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry as it pertains to vaccinations. He says, oh, Onius was an African slave who was responsible for the inoculation. No, he was not responsible for inoculation. He discovered a way to protect or enhance the immunity against smallpox by means of cowpox.
He made that up. That's not what Onesimus did. I'm going to back it up again, right? All right? Stay in your lane, Divine. Stay in your lane. All right? All right. Here we go.
During COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate called that pseudo, okay? You call Ifa pseudo, or the Nani pseudo. You called anybody that holds there to the Loas pseudo. You call anybody that engages in hoodoo and voodoo or voodoo, you call that pseudo. You call Santeria pseudo. You call anything that Black people may use, like any talismans. Amongst any of these groups that I just mentioned, all of them had talismans, right? To ward off bad spirits, ward off evil energy, because they have the blessings upon them from either an ancestor and or their patron, matron deity. You call that pseudo. You call everything pseudo. When me and Black Jews in Western Central Africa that you see in Western Central Africa, because a lot of what ancient pre-Israelite Israelites practice, you'll see amongst these peoples. This is why the acculturation and inculturation happened seamlessly because of cultural diffusion, because there were so many similarities. I did a whole lecture on this. If he would bother to watch anything, he can see why I say what I say. Then it came from that. Then I said, look, Ankh, how are you going to tell me about helping Black people when I've done more for Black people in the community than you have? Your name is the real Black atheist. You call everything that Black people held near and dear ancestrally pseudo. You call all of the traditional spiritual African systems in Western Central Africa, you call them all pseudo. You called anybody that holds to the understanding of how stones and gems work and the energies behind them, you call that pseudo. You call anybody that identify as a descendant of Black Jews in Western Central Africa pseudo. You call Islam pseudo. You call those of us who identify as Black Jews or celebrate Black Judaism as a part of their heritage in America, you call that pseudo, okay? You call Ifa pseudo or the Nani pseudo. You called anybody that holds there to the Loas pseudo. You call anybody that engages in hoodoo and voodoo or voodoo, you call that pseudo. You call Santeria pseudo. You call anything that Black people may use, like any talismans.
So he hold up a damn keychain. If you holding up a keychain and you think gonna bestow blessings on you, yo, I can't help you. Say it again, yo. If you holding up keychains in the middle of the day and you thinking them keychains gonna help you, ain't nothing I can do for you. That's a keychain, ladies and gentlemen.
Amongst any of these groups,
that's a keychain. If you wake up in the middle of the night because an infomercial is on, or one of them prayer ministries is on, they say we got the holy water or the holy piece of paper, and you spend your $25, you just been scammed. If you holding up a keychain with special prayers from Aaron, you're an African American, you just got scammed. Huh. Now let's get to Onesimus real quick here, because he mischaracterized that. Maybe I need to play it again so y'all can hear the misinformation on that. You need to get himself together before you go live on me. Don't hit me with a quick one, a quick drive-by. Make sure you know what you're talking about before you dive in on me,
From COVID,
bro.
he was pushing for us to get the
Bro. Yeah. Now he claims through the lie, right, that he's not anti-vax. Listen to what the dude is saying. Listen to what Dr. Ron is saying. Oh, you ain't know he claimed himself to be a doctor? That's another one. Fair usage around here. Man, hit that Cash App, man. We ain't been live for a while, man. Show some love, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Show some love, man. Boy, I tell you. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Man, big up to all the people, man. This is a pseudo alert right here. Let's see what Divine Suspect has to say about COVID and African Americans.
COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate on this. COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate on this. And I was showing him how traditional African medicine and Far Eastern medicine, that we can turn to those to build our immunity naturally as opposed to getting the jab.
That's when he was telling us about the Chinese skull cap back in the day. Them hour long, Joe.
Let me get this straight. Let me make sure that I got this right. We got a guy going live on me talking about the energies and rocks, and then telling me that he full of black people. And he's saying he was giving them traditional African medicine and traditional Chinese medicine or Far Eastern medicine for a damn virus for the COVID, yo. And he ain't scamming? Huh. The only reason that we outside is because enough people had the pathogen introduced to their immune system, whether it be through vaccine or naturally. That's the only reason we out here. What the hell is going on here? You want to add something to that, Cedric? I can't even hear you, Cedric.
I'm right here. I'm listening. It's all flim flam. It's all fraud. It's scamming all around. Scamming. That's it. And again, to equate what you're providing the community with as a means to support your family, to equate that to enchanted steel is disingenuous and lying. You're lying.
Big up to Chris, MVP. Go ahead, Cedric. My fault.
Yeah. And I'm saying the enchanted steel. I want Divine Prospect to explain to the people how a piece of steel is going to protect you from supposedly bad spirits. If that is an infantile, I don't know what is. Which bad spirits? How you know the bad spirits from the good spirits? How you know your juju didn't work to mess up the thing? Come on, explain us how you put that enchanting steel there. You're selling people magic. You're selling people pipe dreams. You're scamming.
I don't know.
How else can we say it?
I don't know, bro. Let me run this back for the whole daggone what he gave to the community for the pandemic and what I gave to people for the community of the pandemic. And then he claimed he not anti-vax. I'm gonna let this play out.
COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate on this. And I was showing him how traditional African medicine and Far Eastern medicine, that we can turn to those to build our immunity naturally as opposed to getting the jab. And this brother was pushing for Black people to go and line up and get the jab. I talked to him about various books and articles that have been written by Black scientists in the medical field in regards to their trust of the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry as it pertains to vaccinations. He says, oh, Onimus was an African slave who was responsible for the inoculation. No, he was not responsible for inoculation. He discovered a way to protect or enhance the immunity against smallpox by means of cowpox. Self-inflicting on COVID, he was pushing.
So
that's the scam. That's the misinformation right there.
Misinformation right there. First of all, the pharmaceutical industry, medicine, and vaccines are two different things. Vaccines are simply hijacking your body's natural process, conditioning and training your body to fight off a virus. It's not medicine. Medicine is once you're already sick and you're trying to get rid of this thing by means of chemicals or active ingredients. Two different concepts. So why would you confuse the two, my brother? That's a sign of your ignorance or your flim-flamming.
He's definitely flim-flamming because first of all, he produced the wrong information, man. If you got Sean's book dealing with vaccines, he has it in the opening preface. He talks about Onesimus. You know, we talk about Onesimus all the time, right? So let me pull this up so we can get a little understanding of who Onesimus was. All right. This is a good source right here. University of Toronto. Onesimus, the enslaved man that helped save Bostonians during the smallpox epidemic. Okay. And he mischaracterizes or he does not understand what inoculation is. Right? So let me go straight to inoculation. Inoculation is the act of implanting the pathogen or a microbe or virus into a person or other organisms. Okay? It is a method of artificially inducing immunity against various infection diseases. He said Onesimus didn't do that. He said Onesimus introduced the cowpox. That's not true. That would be Edwin Jenner. Okay? So let's come right here so we can understand exactly what Onesimus did. Confronting smallpox, how an enslaved man helped spur the first U.S. vaccine studies. Okay? We say this all the time. This is from the Union of Concerned Scientists. Quality source. We say this all the time. There's steps in nature. West Africans had reached the step to start to, quote unquote, stimulate the immune system with the damn pathogen. I call it fight the pathogen with the pathogen. This occurs in West Africa. There's other places, right, that this occurred, maybe in China, maybe in India. But how we got the vaccines was based off of this brother's work that he brought to the slave colonies. During the 1702, there was an outbreak of smallpox, and the slave colonies in the United States was not worrying about no damn smallpox because they come from Western Central Africa, and they had the technique of violation where you take a piece of the daggone pathogen and you introduce to a healthy person. This is what Divine said he did not do. Because he's trying to promote flim-flammery and act like that ain't what it was. He tripping. This is exactly what it was. What's really important here? What's really good Want to talk about this right here. The epidemic. After the epidemic ended in 1722, all right, Mather and Boylston, he's the Harvard medical doctor. Mather is the slave master. Performed one, watch this, one of the first quantitative analysis in medicine ever recorded. Boylston managed to inoculate, remember we talking about inoculation, right? 280 of the city's 11,000 residents. Of those inoculated, only 6 people died. 2%. Amongst the non-inoculated population, 6,000 cases of smallpox occurred, with 850 people dying of the disease, 14%. The clinical analysis compared the outcome of the control and an experimental group, making it similar to our current assessments of safety of vaccines and other medical inventions. These results indicated that people who were inoculated were 7 times more likely to survive smallpox. Because of this evidence, the inoculations became a common practice in Boston and throughout many United U.S. states until they was replaced by the development of what? Smallpox vaccines in 1796. What in the world is going on? Your first quote unquote clinical trials is coming out of that work from West Africa. Inoculation or violation. This is what's going on. This man, being super pseudo, messed it all up. He did not, Onesimus, deal with cowpox, which milkmaids got when they was milking the cows. There's a cowpox is in the pox family. Very, very similar. So as the milkmaids milk the cows, they get these blisters on their fingers. Cowpox. They recognize that we use cowpoxes in the same family, right? We could develop a vaccine out of that. First, they did inoculation with the cowpox because it's not as strong as the smallpox. And then Edwin Jenner in 96, developed your first vaccines. These are the steps in nature that you must get to get to vaccines. So he got that all wrong because he was trying to flim and act like it was the mushrooms and all that other nonsense. Man. What's going on, Gella? What's on your mind, brother? You all right?
Sure, I just been sure. I just jumped on. Shit, I seen y'all went live. Shit, I want to join too. So it's been a little minute. So I just want to. I was just listening for now, though. But you going in, bro?
Mm-hmm. It's misinformation.
I was saying with the fuss about what these Hebrews. But somebody woke the Hebrews back up from the dead or something.
Yeah, I woke them back up. Wake up. Get up. Stop sleeping. Get up. All right. Wake up. So this is the Wikipedia article. All right. Onesimus. All right. We just showed you several great sources. All right. So this is important to get this history right. So when you're going against vaccines, you're actually going against that early African, I call it all the African high level treatment for the defense against smallpox. All right. So you see right here, Onesimus, inoculation, advocacy, and the controversy. So Onesimus had described to Mather the process of inoculation. Divine said it wasn't. He didn't. Made it up. That had been formed on him and others in societies in Africa, as Mather reported in a letter to the Royal Society, ladies and gentlemen. People take juice for smallpox and cut their skin and put it in a drop. In his book, African Medical Knowledge, I'm going to say this again, African Medical Knowledge, the plain style, satire in 1721, Boston inoculation controversy Remember, when we talk about this, white people was like, we ain't dealing with them Africans because they the ones that gave it to us in the first place. That started the controversy. Now, remember, Mathis actually, no, my fault. Boyerton actually wrote the Royal Society and the letter. Here you go, Mather. My fault, Mather. In 1716, a letter to the Royal Society. Go. All right. I'm going to read through that. All right. But they was trying to figure it out. And he sends this letter to the Royal Society. And that's when things start to pick up a little bit. Trying to figure out the process. Get it together, Divine. Then we have Edwin Jenner, the inventor of vaccines. His first vaccines. And he starts out with quote unquote cowpox. That was not Onesimus. Onesimus dealt with the real pathogen. It's right here. Let's see if I can read. There is also, let me see, ample evidence that Jenner had studied the findings of other researchers of his time who reported a similar protective effect from having cowpox. However, it was Edwin Jenner's detailed description of his experiments that convinced his colleagues and authorities that inoculation with cowpox, which he called vaccinations, was preferable in terms of safety than violation. Here you go. Yeah, we gotta stop listening to these preachers, man. We just do. Because they pseudo. And they do it on purpose. And they misconstrue things. And they talk that talk. And their words are very clear. But it's misinformation at levels that we shouldn't have to go through. We'll play it again. Here we go. Watch how he mess it all up. So who's really for African American people? Is it the preacher? Divine suspect?
COVID, he was pushing for us to get the jab, and I was pushing for us to go back to traditional African medicine. We had a whole debate on this, and I was showing him how traditional African medicine and Far Eastern medicine, that we can turn to those to build our immunity naturally as opposed to getting the jab. And this brother was pushing for Black people to go and line up and get the jab. I talked to him about various books and articles that have been written by Black scientists in the medical field in regards to their trust of the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry as it pertains to vaccinations. He says, oh, Onimus was an African slave who was responsible for the inoculation. No, he was not responsible for inoculation. He discovered a way to protect or enhance the immunity against smallpox by means of cowpox.
Yeah, he just messed that all up. It's not true. That's not what Onesimus did. He did do violation or inoculation with the smallpox because they did it in West Africa. It's Edwin Jenner that actually used the cowpox.
Yeah. It came straight from a Khan, because dude was a Khan ethnicity, the brother. Came straight from the Khan culture. But it was all over West Africa, that practice.
Right. So he needs to stay in his lane and keep preaching and selling the prayer pendants. That's what he needs to do. Stay out my lane, man. Man, I dropped that link in the chat, man. Anybody want to say something? What's going on, Sabian? How you doing, brother?
Oh, man. What's up? What's up, Zed? What's up, Kent?
Cooking with
Buffalo quarters, mint condition.
Man, it's interesting that that people will go through all these twists and turns, yo, to run from West and Central Africa. This anything but African trend has like taken on a new face of stupidity. And you know who I blame? And I don't really want to say that I blame him, but I put the onus, ONUS, on Trump because of the stupid things he's been saying. So because of the stupidity, and it's been what? Like either accepted or he's just joking or Trump stupid, he, giggle, giggle, giggle. Obscurantism and stupidity has become the norm, yo. So that's what we fighting.
Smiles, he has the green glow. The brand new YouTube channel. Big up the smiles, the green glow. He has the green glow.
Man, big up for joining the channel, man. Man, y'all make sure y'all join the channel, man, and like and subscribe, man. Y'all know what it is around here. We doing our thing, man. Real easy, real smooth. Big up to Juju. Juju got us all going to see Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
What are we talking about in Baltimore, Maryland? Y'all gonna be there. Sister Sci-Fi gonna be there. It's gonna be some people, yeah, I'm saying, gonna be there. Christian gonna be there, man. It's gonna be about 10 of us, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all need to be there, man. It's happening in November, man. It's going all the way down. We're gonna be at the museums. We doing all that. Gonna have the cameras rolling. I told them I wanted to go down Lexington Market and visit the Hebrew. They were like, "Boy, you tripping?" See if I can get Kent to run up in there with me. Come on, Kent.
Like I said, just tell me the gun laws, man, so I know how I'm moving. You know what I mean?
You need the gun laws, boss.
I just need the gun laws, so I know how to move. You feel me?
Hell no, man. Boy, y'all crazy.
I don't know what you got going on down there, motherfucker.
See, I done told y'all too many wild stories, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm probably have a couple of my homeboys meet me, yo. I'm gonna have some people, yo. You know that, man. Come on, man. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, man. Come on, yo. I'm gonna get in contact with a couple of my homeboys, man. Some real dudes, yo. They gonna meet me.
What's up? Hey, look, you know my people right down the street, so ain't nothing but a thing.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to be too far down the street. They was right down the street. They still got. They was right down the street.
Already.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Chef and L? What's up, yo? I know you're going to Neil deGrasse with us, yo. Stop playing. What you know?
Yeah, I'm a definitely tap in with you. You know what I mean?
We come to the barbershop.
Y'all definitely can't. Y'all definitely gotta come. We can do a whole show.
We is. That's what we doing.
Feel me? I can set everything up.
Set it up.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I open the doors for y'all.
All right.
You know what I mean? We do a whole sit down show. But I already done hooked up with you before. You know what I mean? And
sure did.
I guarantee y'all safety. You feel me?
Appreciate you, bro.
I could guarantee y'all safety. So
I know you can. Yeah. Hey, Chef, they don't know how far we go back and didn't even know it. Ain't that crazy?
You feel me? Yeah.
Hey, Chef, we going to everybody place, man. We good over it?
Yeah, y'all definitely. Hey, look, I wouldn't even. Listen, I can tell y'all offline what I got right there next to everyone's place is crazy.
Man, look, when I was down there, man, I used to go there every once in a while. But boy, look, when I got out my car, I was like, boy, this shit looks kind of suspect around this
everyone's
motherfucker.
place, that's straight in the hood.
That's the hood, yo.
So
I didn't know whether to leave my car there or not, yo.
Yeah, I respect them.
Yeah. I respect the brother for keeping that store right there in the hood. In the neighborhood, as wild as it is, they respect that store.
Already.
They respect that store.
Fontaine. So. They respect that store, man.
Yeah, they respect that store.
Yep. That's my favorite bookstore down there, man. But now we're gonna be down there. We're gonna be through. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be hot right there, bro. Yep, that is, man. So what's on your mind? You see what we cooking over here with Hot Grease, yo?
Oh man, this what y'all do. This y'all lane.
Hey, Chef, you remember we killed a suspect, man, about 5 years ago, man. All of
it. He said get the what was
with the skull cap.
Chinese skull cap.
They killed that man.
This y'all lane. He definitely the fact that he mentioned, Unc and jumped out the window. He put himself in the crosshairs. Man, so you know what I mean. he should have kept doing what he was doing and not mention it. You know, you don't put yourself in when you doing something wild.
My golden age of Islam, brother. What up, dog?
Yeah, you stay at what's going on, Savio. You just gotta stay out of certain people's way.
Right.
You know what I mean? and we know he's not gonna tap in to actually defend nothing he said, because this is the perfect time. If he really had that work, he would step up and defend what he said. You know what I mean? But the fact that he won't, it just shows, you know what I mean, that he playing.
Yeah, I know he gonna try to come with some crazy. I already know what I'm like 10 steps ahead of him. I know what he gonna bring out. He gonna play the mushroom sage game and red algae. I already know what he gonna do. We already got all the articles on it. Divine suspect. So knock it off.
Hey, right. If you want that source that I read earlier, I can put it in a Discord for you guys. If you
drop it in there,
because that was a body.
But look, man, when y'all going live again, Chef?
Man, I don't know. We've been on some old Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois. You know what I mean? Arguments. So, we might do something on that, like to revisit, those conversations, because they tried to tell me that Booker T. Washington was kind of supporting Charles Murray.
Who?
I think y'all mind. Well, it wasn't that they was trying. It was almost like they tried to say, well, he kind of saying the same thing. So I said, man, y'all lost y'all mind.
Yeah, they gotta stop that.
People be wilding, yo.
It gotta be your man Chief X saying that and Shorty. Yeah, he ain't bugged out.
No, it was actually my man Logic and them. They was.
Logic.
They
Logic is probably mad. He get mad sometimes. Like, I'm tired of these people, man. I've come to the conclusion, that I and those who try to actually teach these hard subject matters are suffering from Dunning-Kruger. We actually think we smarter than we are. We actually think we can teach these people. We can't. Remember I said that, though? Remember I said that, Chevron? I said, we need a first grade book or something in biology to teach these people, bro. We don't got syllabuses. We don't got the second grade books to actually read to them. Bro, we can't teach these people, bro. It's over their head, yo.
I understand what you're saying, because it's like that. It's like that conversation, because I didn't transition, and religion is something I just do for fun now. I'm really trying to break the mold and get up with the scholarship on race and racism from antiquity. And it's like that conversation. It's difficult to actually teach people because they're stuck with the Western construction of it. They're stuck. They refuse to look in the 13th century, what they were saying about race and how they were constructing their identity, this identity of whiteness, comparing it against other people.
Blackness, study guide of everything you need.
Yeah, we got to get y'all the high school book, and then it's really the middle school. I got to get the middle school material.
So I
that might be a little bit far.
I understand what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying. It's too much.
I'm up there in the graduate level. You need to take them.
Yeah, that's too much. We reading shit from Harvard and Yale, the Journal of Science. I done ran over people.
Don't do that. You don't do that for these people.
Yeah, we doing that. Yo. I apologize.
And you doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I apologize.
Because you're gonna end up tripping yourself up.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm saying? Because
I was wrong.
It ain't like you have formal training in it anyway.
Correct.
You just know that they don't know what they talking about.
Correct. I knew I was in trouble when we read the same scientific article, Joe, and I read what the conclusion is, and the person come up with another conclusion.
Oh no, it was the whole thing when when you kept showing Reggie and them the Sheikh Anti-Diop, the paragraph, and everybody just kept coming up with their own thing, like it was.
You mean Suleiman?
Yeah,
they couldn't read it.
Yeah, that was like
should have or would have. No, would have.
Yeah, what you call that? Can't gone. What y'all call that when
reading comprehension? It's reading comprehension.
No, it ain't reading comprehension because the brothers actually can read.
But they couldn't comprehend what they was reading though. You get it?
Confirmation. Say it again.
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias.
Oh man.
You know, that got a lot to do with your reading comprehension also.
Yes, it does.
If you go into a subject and you think you already know the answer,
you're looking to confirm your answer.
Yeah, you confirm, like, yo, it was right there in their face, but they already had drew a conclusion before they read it.
And you know what? Chef? That's very interesting that you would say that, because that's one of the most difficult things to actually do. And I have to continuously do this with this conversation on racism and race from antiquity to now. I have to read sources that confirm or go along with it, and sources that saying opposite. But there's not that many that are opposing this. Why? Because the literature is saying that these identities, these ideals, have ancient precedents and beginnings. So, but you have to be willing to what? Read the dissenting voices in order to formulate a coherent argument or a coherent stance.
Or sometimes you just gotta read what the person said.
Come on, man.
But with nothing, sometimes you add too much to it.
Right, because what you'll do is you'll overreach, you'll overshoot the actual goal or the target, and then you'll be out there in Lala's land. Remember, I like when y'all pulled my coattail on the Ottoman Empire. I'm glad y'all pulled my coattail, because I had to go back and check everything to make sure I was what? Not overreaching and not adding to what the sources were saying. But I had to go outside of that to get information to line up.
Man, look. Yeah.
I'm glad y'all pulled my coattails on that.
Don't even worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. We slow each other down.
Because it brought everything to a head.
Yeah, I always told you, you'd be 10 steps ahead on, bro. You thought I was just joking at first.
I did, for real.
We play too much. But yeah, man, look. Man, I appreciate everybody, man, for coming through, man. I'm gonna hit this song. I love this song right here, man. We're gonna end this with this song right here, man. Man, like and subscribe, man. Show some love, man. Big up to all the people in the chat, man. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we doing it, man. We doing it right. We definitely appreciate, everybody. What is that? Let me see. Wow, I get the song. Wow, I get the song, man. Where's it at? Was it that? What's the song? Was that? Did I lose the song? No, I didn't. And I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Look, we doing this for a minute. We in that game all the way, bro. Y'all know how we doing it. Big up to Haru, man, who put this together for me, man. Man, hit that Cash App, man. Hit that Cash App going out the door, man. Stop playing, man. Show some love right there, man. Man, appreciate y'all coming through to the community skeptics too, man. Appreciate that. That's all day, every day. All right.
Hey, look, I seen that clown Ron selling fake scrolls on the timeline. Talking about blessings from Jerusalem. Man, I don't need no Middle East magic, I got knowledge. Whoa, let's get it. I was scrolling late night on the Bona Low. Seen this dude named Ron pushing business in the post. Silver scroll blessing, man, I laughed, that's a joke. Trying to tell broke folk, it'll save him from the smoke. He was suited in a tie, talking move like a pastor. But I seen the hustle coming, he a scammer, not a master. Talking number 624 like it's power. But that scroll don't work, just a money hungry coward. Scroll tall, that's a scroll scale. Blessing pendant, that's a whole shell. Ron loaded with the facts, nice program. But it's in our goal, that's a scroll count. One line in the comments like it's program. I pull up with the facts, now you ghost ground. Scroll talk, no, that's a scroll count. Blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We were from the roots, not no old map. Trying to sell Kemet dreams in the Hebrew rap. I inboxed him, said, bro, what's the source? He left me on scene, now I'm bringing full force. Said it came from Katef, talisman from the tombs. I said, you mean to emulate tourists buy from the soup? You hustling up people with a myth you can't prove. Putting price tags on pain, that's a snake move. He claim it's holy, I call it a prop. If that scroll's so blessed, why the fraud never stop? Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll scam. Blessing Pendant, that's a whole sham. One line in the comments like it's programmed. I pull up with the facts, now we go scram. Scroll talk, nah, that's a scroll cap. Ain't no blessings in that chain, that's a gold trap. We was born from the roots, not no old map. Trying to keep my dreams in the Hebrew rap. Look, man, if you need blessings, go look in the mirror, not at a pendant. Stop selling our pain, rap the fake scripture. And my God out. Scroll talk over.
Scroll talk. Scroll talk. Scroll talk.
Of the enchanted steel.
The enchanted steel.
The case
1999. It'll run away the demons.
of the enchanted steel, man. The kingdom of Harbinger Ministries claims Ern is an ancestor. Man, go back, like and subscribe, man. We appreciate everybody, man. All the pseudo killers, big up to the pseudo killers, community skeptics, man. Gullah, Cedric, man, Culture Vulture Killer, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. That's all that love, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
Body banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer Bobby Banger on his path for the truth, empower the people.
I'm your host, Bobby Banger, and I'm out. Peace.